caramel, sugar, butter, cocoa, all on the floor. And the walk behind machines or even ride behind machines who are not cleaning them. These AI robots, these things pause like humans. Like the mopping team will stop where they see a stain and mop it with some pressure, again mop it, put some more pressure, add some more chemical. This robot was doing exactly the same thing, waiting there, scrubbing it, adding more dosage of chemicals. And I was like, come on, it is actually going to take away all the jobs in the years to come. Share the videos also with you, and probably the next demo I'll invite you also. We are doing in Thane, so Mumbai is good for you, right?
Great. Welcome.
Yep. And then Atanu will connect with you, obviously, because he also needs to connect and grow his footprint in the market.
There's a Motorola Edge. I don't know who's.
Yeah, absolutely. Every evening, 4.5 hours in 24 hours are dedicated to sleep. No, so real estate is an integral part of facility management.
Absolutely.
Is what we
Good to see you.
Offices which we do a KPI reporting, which are above 50,000 square feet. Anything below that we don't take cognizance of. So
God bless
a
you.
small real estate can't be working in silos unless there's facilities where it was the other way around, where what people think that real estate will bring in facilities. However, the facilities decide, derive and drive real estate, is my personal. I am happy to say CRES, corporate real estate and services, but yeah, facilities is at the core of the heart. And I'm sure Ranit will also agree, because he's also a core facilities guy.
Maintaining corporate townships system while we are all moving forward in a Chandra Pratap Singh, Deputy GM.
So everything under the townships have got their own little challenge.
So the requirements in terms of cleaning, most of the time when we are doing any cleaning or anything, and there are issues like, so we have to cater that also. Then so we have to first listen.
Stakeholder, that is the resident, what they are doing for the resident engagement activities, what changes is coming in future, playing a crucial role here. Now, and most of the residents are happy with the cleaning.
Okay, very good, Chandra Pratap Singh. Yeah, Mona.
It's sounding so nice on paper. What happens practically? What are the real challenges at ground level? When you say service provider, are they actually meeting the requirement?
While managing the townships, we have to go by the approach that one size does not fit all. Because in townships, it's not about a hard surface, a soft surface, a industrial shade or industrial flooring. It is about varied things. It is not only your manufacturing facility, it's your administrative office there, it's your roads and infrastructure, and then the colonies, what all come in. So there are different requirements with different types of places, different sockets there. And that's what I would always say, one size does not fit all. There would be a variety, and Chandra Pratap Singh was saying it very right, that there is a variety of KPIs and SOWs which we need to be implemented, and the vendor has to have that capacity to, one, go with the socio-political requirement. And when I say socio-political requirement, a requirement at a residential complex will be different as compared to the requirement in the administrative office as required in the manufacturing side. So these will be three different things, and that's where the vendor selection and the vendor KPI performance reports are very important. I cannot have the vendor being scaled on the cleaning capacity of what he exhibits in the manufacturing side, because that will be completely different from what he does in the residential side. Roof cleaning in a manufacturing unit is different than the roof cleaning in a residential colony. So that is going to be completely different, and that's what Chandra Pratap Singh was rightly highlighting. So that's where it comes in from. Sorry, Mona, you were on mute. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, so
the service providers, they're
almost, yeah. Nilesh, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to add a little. I was just answering Mohana's question, but while managing townships, it's all about terrains, it's all about the pace, it's all about the changing requirements, it's all about the varied surfaces, the skills, the design, the layout, the climate, the inclusion. Everything has to fit into one basket or array of services, and that's where what Chandra Pratap and Ranikit were saying, that that's where the versatility of the vendor has to come in. Assessment, scoping, vendor selection, vendors capability of ramping up, ramping down the capacities as and when required, the vendor's capacity to assess socio-political requirements and connects his or the vendor's capability to manage SOWs and KPIs is also equally important. I can give you a very good example. A manufacturing unit in Goa, which was in one of the chemical manufacturing zones in Goa, acquired an adjacent factory, and on the rampage to acquire and start manufacturing, it's always the bottom line number for teams. They acquired the entire territory, got into that, the FMs were put into place, and only to realize a couple of weeks later that the pond which they had in their area had a couple of alligators. Now this is something which is a challenge, and Ralph is smiling because he might have faced something similar. Now it is not only having those alligators there, it is one, protecting the alligators, and number two, protecting our own workforce, our own employees from those alligators. We have to learn living cohesively. So these are a few challenges which come to my mind as at the top of the thought process. Sorry, Ralph, you had a very confident smile there. I see you had been seeing some similar issues there.
Yeah. As we speak, I am dealing. If there, I'm feeding bears on daily basis. One interesting co-residents that are there.
Also,
Sure. I have coming to the question, let us take a cement plant because they don't get permission. Us means you and me as the leaders. 7 townships we manage presently. So to such small things to big things, because all are of the same company, Reliance, or let us say some. But if the topmost man says this is not done, this is, and your standard protocol in corporate townships or industrial townships, if you stay in a city in Gurgaon, Bombay, Bangalore, by the single owner, you have to do lawn cleaning. You have to, highly skilled cleaning.
Yes, sir.
yep.
The point is, how are you disposing your waste? So everything comes, you will be on top of everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In Gujarat, we started in Township has to also do zero liquid discharge. Anybody can look at what is the requirement, look at maximizing profit, look at maximizing. Township gets the second priority from our fraternity, has to balance, and especially the older ones, which is otherwise we will pass on.
Basically, you are talking about that.
Yeah, so not all, but what Sunil said was absolutely right. These townships, which are more than 10 to 15 years old, are still yet to adapt that mechanization or AI or robotics, because they were not built in to suit the requirements of AI or mechanization. Not everywhere mechanization is possible, right? And that is definitely one of the challenges which during these industrial townships would face, because they're cramped. At times they are so cramped because depending on the levels of people and so on and so forth, the housing colonies are developed and so on and so forth. So I know a very, very nice township which I used to manage in Hyderabad, which was all the commercial buildings were IGBC certified. Now I hear that they are well certified. However, there are 70 residential buildings which don't even have the basics of motion sensors, right? Because they were not built to suit, they were not built to be customized to that. And the biggest part that we miss always in these mechanization or industrial township cleaning and so on and so forth is the HSCQ or emergency response systems. They are not integrated with the housing societies. The facilities guy, the cleaning team, facilities team is looked at as a cleaning team mostly, which is not the fact. As Sunil had highlighted previously in one of the conferences, facilities manages 43 different verticals, and it is a multifaceted personality. The �HSEQ, any emergency in the factory is going to reflect in the township. And the sanitization. COVID was a very nice example which Sunil brought up in his during his monologue, that there are requirements which will come up in townships. There are requirements which will be addressed by the cleaning staff, because sanitization during COVID, who was managing it in these colonies, who were managing it in these housing industrial townships? It was only the cleaning and the facilities team. So yeah, mechanization is not possible in older things, but yeah, new townships have actually come up with all AI enabled features and everything. The lesser number of people, more number of robots and everything. But there has to be a BCP. I always keep on saying artificial intelligence is not a match to natural stupidity. We need that natural stupidity. We need that. A robot cannot come and hug me when I'm in a sense of grief, right? It has to be a human. So this sense keeps on missing. But yeah, in the industrial townships, now we see a trend where robotics, where AI, where radars, lidars, they are being used very widely. Motion sensors are coming in, occupancy sensors are coming in, the cleaning checklists are automated. Even cleaning is automated at times. And like Sunil was giving a classic example, we have a small township where garbage is not a problem for me, because every individual building has a garbage digester. If that is programmed for certain amount of input every day. If some maid forgets to dump in garbage into that digester, it gives an alert to the facilities team sitting back and monitoring it, saying, hey, your building number C24, the garbage output was less. Please check if the occupancy is less. Have people missed it out? And that is the micromanagement a facility manager has to do, because the immediate trigger a facility manager gets about is there a problem? Are there people not being following the rules, and so on and so forth? And like Sunil said, that garbage being dumped in someone else's dustbins, that can also be a problem. The number of times the lid was opened is not matching the number of residents here. So all of these things, they sum up to a very advanced phase and advanced township that we look at. And Sunil, like I said the last time, your visit to office is pending, and similarly to the township also.
First was in the 1998. Let me tell you that AI is still not that active here. Human connection, that makes a lot of difference. Plus there is the green energy coming, marketing. I'm not able to sleep. Then
feels better. So I think first we have to analyze, you have to adopt the change.
Yeah. So I think there is more scope and potential, and this gives, which has got great scope to match the prime focus. So anybody
start, and then probably everybody can add. So like I said, the understanding of the scope, understanding of the geography, scalability, versatility, understanding of the socio-political scenarios around, localization are a few very important things that I look at. Beyond this, we also look at the adaptability of the vendors, where they are open to change. When I say change, there are few vendors who are typically stubborn in terms of conventional cleaning, and then they don't want to let go of manpower just because a robot can replace 5. They don't want to. So the adaptability to have new technology built in, it is becoming a requirement of the day, where reports, dashboards, and everything that comes can be seen at the tip of fingers. Any dashboard, Sunil managing multiple facilities, me managing multiple facilities. Today we do some DHA. DHA is Dubai Hospital Association and Health Authority. So DHA has specific requirements. The vendor was changed just because the vendor was not willing to change its fixed set of equipments, from cleaning equipments to cleaning and fogging equipment, right? So the adaptability is also very important. The socio-political scenarios, like Sunil sir was saying, are very peculiar in almost every part of India, or rather Asia, and the vendors should be ready to pick that up. Number 3, the vendors should have a technology backing, and they should have better penetration in the market. We as facility managers, facility heads, cannot be everywhere all the time. It has to be a transparent relationship between the vendors and the principals, where the vendors come up with suggestions saying, hey, you know what, in XYZ place we have seen some things which brings up the efficiency, which maybe the efficiency is not monetary but is in terms of cleaning efficiency, in terms of reporting efficiency, in terms of availability of reports, in terms of compliance, multiple things. Like in India, for the commercial offices, we have the audio level requirements within commercial spaces. What is the maximum audio levels that you can have? The IAQ tests, why can't we automate that? Most of the vendors, they need to be pushed for doing this because half of their equipments are age old and they rattle. So all of these things should be a combination, plus a transparency in reporting it, that hey, we failed XYZ, this is the game plan. So proactive approach, the vendor principals should be able to drive this through their teams, where they drive proactive approach. We failed on KPIs in May. June we have done these improvements. From May to June you see these improvements, and so on and so forth. So these are a few things which I would look at while selecting a vendor, and his scalability not only to that geography, but wherever we have townships, the support, if the vendor can extend, because they know the standards. They know, I'm not trying to say again that one size fits all and one solution can fit everything, but yes, if they can scale up and support different places, different geographies, it will be more helpful. I push it back to my fellow panelists to add if I'm missing on some things, some important things.
I give you a classic example here is that if the vendor does not have
Thank you.
Yeah, so we are just coming to
No one else. So, like I was talking, and Sunil sir was also saying, and garbage disposal in these industrial townships had always been a problem. Uh, there was an initiative which we took to ensure that there's zero uh, biodegradable waste which goes out of the township. Zero biodegradable waste. In townships we have gardens, we have landscaping, blah blah blah, everything, and incinerator or the food, the garbage digester which I was talking of, we have that placed in all our housing societies, housing colonies, which we have for varied sections, though it is not 100% successful. This is one initiative which can go miles, because it not only digests or converts the degradable waste into manure, but also as a byproduct we are getting some gas which is currently being, the volume is not too big, but is currently being used to light the lamps at 5 poles in every society. So the every building, every accommodation of mine has about 20 families staying in. Those 20 families generate enough of biodegradable waste, which is biodegraded to one, manure, and number two, the gas, which lights 5 street lights. They are gas based. Now, if someone says, is it the most eco-friendly way of handling it? Because the gas burning is generating some heat, some carbon dioxide, but yes, the landfill that we create is absolutely zero. And if I offset all of that, this definitely is one smart initiative which has taken. And this came to us from a vendor, the biodigester vendor himself, who said, guys, can I do this as a trial, as a pilot? And we started as a pilot today, very proudly, 25,000 units of digesters being used to light lamps. So you can multiply them by 5 and see the number of street lights which are not using electricity, either renewable or non-renewable, but generated from waste being put to use. That's one example, Sunil. I'll pause here because we are at the top of the hour. I know wristwatch repeatedly.
we have established a facility wherein we what on recyclable material, whatever we generate here.
Yeah, the other thing which we have, because we also have the biotechnology.
So that is all.
20
So
years.
that's all my wishes to all of you. Thank you
I
very much.
should say.
Thanks,
Thank you
everybody.
and all
and
the best.